This video discusses heavy themes: childhood sexual abuse, self-harm, addiction, and suicide. If you are sensitive to these topics, please take care while watching. Imagine a life that keeps asking for repair, but every attempt only reveals a deeper fracture. A life where love is both refuge and helpless witness. A little life will make you ache, not because it's cruel for cruelty's sake, but because it forces us to look at what trauma does to a human soul. Hanya Yanagihara's A Little Life, published 2015, follows 4 friends over decades in New York, but it slowly becomes the story of one man, Jude Street. Francis. It's a long, intense novel that sparked both praise and fierce debate for how it portrays suffering, love, and endurance. Our cast begins simply: Jude, Willem, JB, and Malcolm, college friends, talented and hungry for life in the city. Willem is warm and generous, JB is fiery and ambitious, Malcolm cautious and practical. Jude is reserved, brilliant, physically scarred, and hiding an unbearably painful past. At first the book reads like a familiar story of friendship and careers, architects, actors, artists. But Yanagihara narrows the lens. Jude's history begins to surface: injuries, chronic pain, secretive self-harm, and memories that aren't just sad, they are corrosive. The novel's emotional gravity shifts, and what could have been one of many life stories becomes an intense study of trauma. Without sensationalizing, the book reveals Jude's childhood abuse, sexual exploitation, betrayal by those he trusted, and years of survival that left him with physical damage and a psyche full of shame. These memories aren't flashbacks for drama, they are the scaffolding of Jude's life. They explain his self-loathing, his physical pain, and why he sometimes sabotages the kindness others show him. Jude finds anchors: Willem's steadfast friendship that becomes romantic love, the fierce loyalty of JB and Malcolm, and the steady care of Harold and Jude's doctor, Andy. These attachments bring warmth and a fragile happiness, a life filled with small domestic rituals and rare tenderness. But Yanagihara resists a tidy redemption. Love helps, but it doesn't simply fix trauma. The novel is punctuated by brutal setbacks: abusive relationships Jude endures as an adult, periods of self-harm, and physical assaults that reopen his wounds. The most devastating pivot occurs later, when tragedy strikes the circle itself. Willem's sudden death in an accident shatters Jude's last firm anchor, accelerating his decline. 3 years after Willem's death, and despite the love that surrounds him, Jude dies by suicide. The ending is grim and uncompromising. Yanagihara forces the reader to confront the difficult truth that not everyone recovers, and that love, while indispensable, is not always enough to heal some wounds. A Little Life is less a plot-driven novel and more an emotional architecture. It asks, how do memories live inside a body? What does friendship look like when it's all you have left? Critics praised its emotional reach and criticized its intensity and relentlessness. But whether you are moved or exhausted by it, the book forces empathy. It makes you feel the weight of another person's suffering. Yanagihara has said she wanted a protagonist who never fully healed, and the novel bears that out. The prose isn't decorative, it is deliberate, immersive, and sometimes operatic in emotion. This is a novel that demands patience and asks readers to hold the discomfort of another person's life without easy salvation. Read A Little Life if you want a book that refuses to let you look away. It's not pleasant in a conventional sense, but it's powerful, a novel about how people try to be each other's refuge, and about the limits of even the deepest love. If you value books that leave you changed, quieter, more aching, maybe more tender, this is one to read.